Hey guys, welcome back to the Give Me Glow YouTube channel. I'm Ali, and today I'm going to be talking about why carbs aren't bad. I'm going to be talking about how you can still eat carbs and still lose weight or transfer your body, achieve your fitness goals, and how carbs are essential to living this balanced lifestyle that helped get me to the point where I am today. Also going to reveal a little secret of mine on how I managed to lose the weight I did, how I managed to achieve the goals, how I managed to achieve my both mental and physical transformation that got me to the point where I am now. So keep watching. So I chose this topic today because I get asked so much about if I avoid carbs, what carbs I eat, how strict I am with carbs, a lot of questions revolving around carbs. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Carbs are completely fine. They are part of a balanced diet and I don't avoid them. I honestly believe that carbs are part of the reason that I was able to glow up and lose weight and get to the point where I am now, and I don't avoid them to maintain my weight where I am now. I also just want to say that I just launched my Give Me Glow nutrition subscription. So if you take all this information from this video and you're still a little confused about what to do with it, don't worry, I got you. With this nutrition subscription, you literally get a weekly grocery list, a weekly meal plan, nutrition tips, you get live cooking videos with me. It's a great time. So if you do want a bit more information on that, the link is in the description below. Check it out. Okay, so I'm gonna break this video down into like 3 main parts. I'm gonna talk about how I structure my eating. I'm gonna talk about how I choose what to eat. And I'm gonna talk about why you shouldn't avoid carbs. First things first, I wanna talk about how I structure my eating. So before diet culture came into my life, I would literally eat whatever was put on my plate, whatever my mom cooked, whatever she gave me, and I would eat until I was completely full. From there, when I learned about diet culture, got exposed to that, I started limiting what I was eating, the time windows that I was eating in. There's so many more restrictions put around food for me. So the 3 that I'm gonna really talk about is when I tried intermittent fasting. I know that works for some people, it just didn't work for me personally. I would set a time window, say from like 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. or like 12 to 6, and I would get so stressed out that by 6 I was like I need to finish eating by 6 p.m. I can't eat after 6 p.m. And I was like, oh my god, like what if I get hungry after 6? So I would like stuff my face until I was like 150% full, in fear that I was gonna get hungry later on. And of course I did get hungry later on because I was still doing things after 6 p.m. So that wasn't working for me. I wasn't in a calorie deficit in any way. I wasn't really eating the foods that my body needed. I was ignoring my body's natural signs that I was hungry. And then I also tried restricting my calories when I realized intermittent fasting wasn't working for me. So by restricting my calories, I was not eating enough for my body to function. I was definitely eating under the amount that I should have been. And by doing so, I would build up all these cravings and my hunger, and then I would go on binges and end up eating more than my body needed. So then it wasn't a good balance. So that didn't work for me either. And then after that, I was like, okay, maybe I just need to constantly be eating and then I won't get super hungry and go on these binges. So I was snacking constantly throughout the day. And I know this works for some people who have super busy schedules and can't fit in big meals, but for me it just didn't work because I was constantly eating. I wasn't even listening to whether my body was hungry. I was just like, I think it's time to eat. I don't want to get hungry later, so I think I should eat now. And I was just constantly eating, and these snacks weren't super nutritious. It was just like a granola bar, something. So I was eating basically only carbs, and I wasn't getting the protein or the fats that my body needed. I wasn't listening to my body's natural signs of when I was hungry, so I was just kind of all over the place. So that didn't work for me either. So now that I'm in a good place, I have found what works for me is eating 3 main meals a day. So that's not to say that I like completely don't snack. When I am hungry and feel the need to snack, or if I'm having a busy day, I of course will. But majority of the time I'm having 3 meals a day. I have my breakfast at around like 10 to 11 a.m. I have my lunch around 2 to 3 p.m. I have my dinner around 6 to 7 p.m. And I find that having this scheduled kind of routine tells my body when I should be hungry, and it gives me leeway throughout the day, so I'm not like, oh, like building up my hunger and getting stressed about what I'm gonna eat next. I already know that I'm gonna eat in this time window. I already have a rough idea of what I'm gonna eat, so it frees up my time for so much else, and I'm not thinking about it constantly. So what I eat in these meals and how I choose what to eat is I do so by listening to my body. So I know I've mentioned this on TikTok before, my platforms, that I like to eat intuitively. And just to give kind of a quick breakdown on what intuitive eating means is listening to your body and what it craves and not ignoring those cravings. So some days, say like I had an intense workout, my body's gonna crave carbs way more, and I'm not gonna feel satisfied after a meal until I have the amount of carbs that I need. So of course that day I might have a bowl of pasta over having like some salmon and vegetables. And on other days, my body might be craving more protein, I might not be that tired, I don't need that extra boost of energy that carbs give. So I can just have some salmon and vegetables and feel completely full after a meal. And going off of that, I follow the 80-20 rule. So the 80-20 rule is eating clean and healthy 80% of the time and indulging, whatever that means to you, 20% of the time. So 80% is majority, which means consistency, which means that you don't have to feel bad when you have a slice of chocolate cake during that 20% of the time, because you know majority of the time you're eating clean. And I absolutely love the 80-20 rule. It's the only like diet that I can follow because of course I crave chocolate cake once in a while, and I hated when I would binge on chocolate cake and then I would regret it and feel so bad. So I'm gonna talk about what I eat during the 80% of the time. So 80% of the time, what I mean by clean and healthy eating is I'm not eating ultra processed, ultra refined foods. I'm eating real and whole foods. By this, I mean tons of fruits and vegetables. I'm eating whole grains, things that aren't super refined, like having lentils or brown rice and all these things that your body's able to recognize easily and digest way better than any refined food. Also, I'm eating like lean proteins. I do eat steak and red meats, but I mainly prefer to eat lean proteins just because that's my personal preference. And 20% of the time, indulgence, I eat whatever I want. Like if I'm craving pizza and I'm going out with friends, I'm gonna have a pizza and I'm gonna have dessert and I'm not gonna feel bad about it. So it's focusing on majority of the time and what you're doing majority of the time, and then you don't have to feel bad about what you do 2 or 3 times a week or 20% of the time. Okay, so now I'm gonna talk about why including carbs in my diet was one of the biggest things to my transformation or my weight loss, if you want to call it. I mentioned before I did keto and it did not work for me. My body did not respond well to it. I was restricting carbs for such a long time. After I finished keto, I kind of had this negative mindset about carbs and what carbs meant. I thought it meant like you would gain weight almost instantly. That's not true. It's really not true. So I worked really hard to rebuild my relationship with carbs and incorporating them into my diet. Once I did so, that was when I found my body had more energy to work out, and I actually noticed my measurements and my body fat and everything going down. I was also feeling so much better because I was actually able to think. So my theory is that carbs are essential to weight loss, and this is so controversial, and I'm not a doctor. I have no nutrition training. I'm just a nerd that reads all these different things and listens to so many podcasts, and I've heard so many people talk about how you shouldn't be avoiding any kind of food. It's all part of a balanced diet. So when I incorporated carbs into my diet, it kind of completed that balanced lifestyle and balanced diet. Take in fruits are carbs, vegetables are carbs, beans are carbs. All of these things are so healthy for you. It has so many vitamins, so many nutrients, so many good things for your body. You shouldn't be avoiding them. I want to touch on why your body needs carbs, why carbs are good for you. So carbohydrates are your body's main source of fuel and energy, and you want to be fueling and nourishing your body. It helps to fuel your brain, your muscles, your kidneys, all of your organs. It helps keep them operating at the best level of functionality that they can be at. To give an example, yesterday, let's take my day yesterday as an example. So, for breakfast yesterday, I had avocado toast, of course. I'm an avocado addict, no shame in it. Avocado toast and 2 eggs scrambled with some fruit on the side. That slice of bread is like probably 2 servings of carbs. And then that fruit is probably another serving, maybe 2 servings of carbs. So I definitely have carbs in that meal. My meal 2, what did I have? I literally can't remember what I ate yesterday. Wow. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Okay, sorry. Meal 2, I had Greek yogurt, like a big Greek yogurt bowl with a ton of granola, some bran flakes, and blueberries, and honey. So that's partially fat from the Greek yogurt, some protein in there, but still a lot of carbs from the granola, the bran flakes, and the blueberries, and the honey. Meal 3, I had salad, guacamole, and chips, and chicken with vegetables. So like the vegetables are considered a carb, I guess. The chips, of course, are a carb, and then I had my fat, guacamole, and then I had my protein, the chicken. So that was like a day of my eating, and then of course I had some fruit for dessert afterwards, which was more carbs. Okay guys, so like my little secret on how to decide what you should eat is how your body feels after eating it. So I like to say it's not that I avoid eating fast food, it's not that I think fast food is completely horrible, it's that it leaves me feeling completely horrible. So it's not even that I'm avoiding the craving of going out and grabbing some fries and a burger, it's that I'm avoiding grabbing that quality of fries and a burger. It's that my body after eating it feels so trash. I can't work out the rest of the day. I'm like, I want to sleep. So it's that feeling that I avoid. I can go out to a quality restaurant and grab a burger and fries and feel completely fine afterwards, and I'm totally okay with that. I don't regret it afterwards because it's how my body feels. And that, my friends, is my little secret on how to choose what to eat and how to feel good and how to live your best life, you know? So, to conclude this video, I want to leave the main message that you can eat carbs. You don't need to avoid carbs. Carbs are not the enemy. You can still enjoy carbs, listen to your body, and live a balanced lifestyle, and everything will be okay. If you take one thing and one thing only from this video, I want it to be that you shouldn't ever label any food as bad other than ultra-processed foods. We're leaving those behind, we're ignoring those because they have no benefit to you. Don't label carbs as bad, don't label fat as bad, don't label protein as bad, don't label anything as bad. Listen to your body. If you have any dietary restrictions, obviously don't ignore those, include those in this thought process, but focus on eating real and whole foods 80% of the time, indulging 20% of the time, just living your best life, focusing on balance and not hating yourself for having a piece of cake or having some rice with your salmon, because it's all part of a balanced lifestyle. There's nothing wrong with it. I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time out of your day and watching this video and listening to me rant. If there's any other videos or requests that you have, definitely comment them in the section below. Feel free to check out my meal plan subscription and like and subscribe, of course. Bye.